A very good afternoon. It's a very nice, pleasant experience to be presenting this way. So my topic is again a very controversial topic, is complementary and alternative medicine in ophthalmology. What do we know and what should we know to go further? I do not have any financial interest. I do not have any conflict of interest. So exactly what is CAM? CAM stands for complementary and alternative medicine. It is said to be complementary when it is used along with the mainstream medicines, and alternative when it is used instead of them. And in addition, we use another term, that is traditional eye medicine, which are biologically derived therapies from plants or animals and which are applied in the eye or around the eye. So why are we talking about CAM today? We are talking about CAM because there is a big Government of India push towards the other streams of therapy, which are termed as Ayush. Ayush stands for Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. And we have central agencies for Ayurvedic research, Homeopathy research, Unani medicine research, and all of them are promoting the use of CAM as integrative medicine. In addition to that, we also have integrated MBBS courses starting soon. So in ophthalmology, where do we stand regarding CAMs? We have the traditional systems, that is Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy, or we can have nutritional or herbal therapies. We can also have acupuncture or mind-body practices. What is mind-body practices? Mainly meditation, yoga, and the pranic healing support system. We did a survey to study the awareness of CAM in ophthalmologists. We had a participation of around 255 ophthalmologists, and this survey highlighted the knowledge gaps regarding CAM in the ophthalmologists and the patient interactions with complementary and alternative medicines. A good 75% ophthalmologists were aware of CAM, but only 30% were open to discussing CAM, even when 63% discussed CAM with their ophthalmologist. And almost 38% they noticed that CAM was used amongst patients. In your practice also, you might have come across patients who were using CAM. So for us to have the knowledge of CAM is to find better ways either to incorporate it or to tell our patients, no, it is not good for you. So why do patients use CAM? They use CAM because they're seeking symptom relief. Mostly they're seeking symptom relief. If they do not have symptom relief from your allopathic medicines, they will go to other systems of medicines. And then they believe in the safety. They feel natural is better. Then their cultural or family might support the use of traditional natural methods over the use of allopathic medicines with the so-called side effects. And what does this cause? This causes a delay in diagnosis and in many a case the loss of vision also. There is potential toxicity from heavy metals, and unknowingly there can be a drug interaction as with ginkgo biloba and anticoagulants. So what do we need to complete this circle? We need to find out about CAM and see if it fits it into the overall care for the patient. So where do we stand? What do we know about CAM? So CAM has basically been studied in a number of diseases, primarily in glaucoma, in diabetic retinopathy, ARMD, dry eye, retina pigmentosa. So all of these diseases, as we know, are chronic diseases. In glaucoma, ginkgo biloba has been studied to a good extent, yoga, acupuncture, and in them, the studies which we have been conducted in them, they have found that there is a good neuroprotective potential, but there is weak evidence. In diabetic retinopathy, antioxidants, herbal extracts have been found to be good. They use the oxidative stress, but they have limited clinical validation. ARMD, we know the ARADS formulations, we know it works, and it is used very widely. Dry eye diseases, omega-3 fatty acids are used, acupuncture has been used, Ayurvedic Netra Tarpana has been used with some benefits. So at least symptomatic relief is said to be there, but trials are needed to validate it. In RP, Ayurvedic Rasayana has been used, acupuncture has been used. Again, symptomatic relief, but need to be validated. So coming to glaucoma, where maximum therapies have been tried, natural compounds like ginkgo biloba, saffron, coleus, bilberry, all of them have been tried. Review articles have been published, and they say that neuroprotection is offered, but lowering of intraocular pressure is either transient or limited. Yoga practices, Jyoti Tartaka, and breathing practices. In breathing practices, 365 breathing has been advocated, urinostril breathing has been advocated. Again, the lowering of IOP has been seen, but does it translate into controlling glaucoma? That we do not know. Acupuncture has been tried, but there is very limited clinical evidence. So overall, what do we see in glaucoma? We see that theoretical benefits are there, but rigorous clinical trials are needed to validate it. So what are the main risks and the safety challenges of using CAM in ophthalmology? So mainly, as we said, delayed diagnosis. A patient sitting in a rural area with a corneal foreign body applies some traditional medicines. From a corneal foreign body, it translates into a corneal ulcer, and by the time the patient reaches you, it might have perforated as well. Toxicity. Herbal plants can have toxicity. Drug interactions we've already talked about, and lack of regulation. Any nook and any corner, you will find medicines sold as herbal and Ayurvedic products with no validity at all. So what do we need to do? We need to counsel patients on their risks, we need to monitor the adverse effects, and most importantly, we need to have evidence-based integrative care. If we talk to our patients, they will know about it and they will use it with our guidance and in a better way. So we have what is called as integrative ophthalmology. It needs multidisciplinary research. We need clinical trials which are rigorous, double-blinded, randomized. We need to counsel patients that this medicine is okay if you use it along with the standard care, and this medicine is going to cause you harm. Personalized medicine. We need to talk to our patients. And for the government, there needs to be a regulatory oversight. So coming to the key insights, CAM therapy is used by the ophthalmology patients, and in some diseases, it is said to be beneficial. The most prominent among them is the REDS study. Most CAM practices, they lack high quality clinical validation, which is the need of the hour. Ophthalmologists should recognize the prevalence of CAM and maintain an open, non-judgmental communication, because most of the time patients will not tell you they are using CAM because they are scared that you will judge them for it. Patients need to be aware of potential risk and interactions. Rigorous research is important, and we need to have evidence-based CAM, which is the way of going forward. These are a few of my references. Thank you so much for your patience.